Here we have typical East Yorkshire buses at Bridlington. That one is going to Beverley, Morrison's, West Hill and Hospital. The old Costa Coffee here at Bridlington. Here we're approaching the Four Seasons wholesale retail fruiterers again. Let's have a look at what they've got on display. Kale, $1.59. Monkey nuts, $2.69 a bag. Melons, $2.69. Plums, pineapple. Strawberries, $3.49 a box, and raspberries. Large sweet oranges, local eggs. And here we have what looks like Bridlington Market. This is the Nana News cake and pudding pod. Fresh bread, sweet treats, savouries. Beautiful fresh bread here at Bridlington. Baked in Driffield, which is a town perhaps about 20 miles away. Gothic gifts.
Jumping up and down though, will you let us know?
Home of canine cuisine. Looks like dog food actually. Looking down in this direction, it's back into the town, and you've got boys sort of down there and the fruit shop. This is North Street, Bridlington. And as we walk around this corner, here is one of the jewellery shops. This is Griffin. The workshop, Jewellers Academy, Bridlington Brewery, Scoop and Save, and over here we'll cross over now. We've got the Linen Boutique, and moving to the right here, to the north, you've got Yorkshire Trading Company. If we were to continue out in this direction, you're heading north, and somewhere up there is Bridlington Old Town. I've driven through there once many years ago looking for Bridlington Old Town. It was just a road going through, I could never actually see it. I know that probably sounds weird if you're from Bridlington, but nevertheless I drove through there, then realised I'd gone past it without seeing anything. Maybe it's like a development off both sides of the road there. Costa del Brid Luxury Apartments. Out onto the car park here. Continuing this little detour. Things changed back there. I thought there used to be a jeweller's just there. And interestingly, here is the Gypsy Race river, the Europe's most northerly chalk stream, I think. And here we have it, beautiful clarity as it sort of enters Bridlington. Unfortunately, Just a little bit further on there, it goes something through something like a pipe, almost like a gigantic sewer pipe before it enters Bridlington Harbour. But despite that seeming necessity for Bridlington to have its boatyard there where it does, at the outlet of the Gypsy Race river, we've got a beautiful park here, little tiny park at the back of Zen Euro Foods there. You can look down here at the chalk stream entering Bridlington Harbour, looking much around here as it perhaps would have done a long time ago. To walk down there because of the mud, but where it enters the underpass there, perhaps in a later video in summer, I'll cover that. There we can see the one of the main Telecom masts in Bridlington, and that's I think that's one of the main reasons you get such a poor signal in the UK. Even worse since the government seemingly had to strip the WeWa Chinese network gear out there. There's a restriction on the height of these Telecom masts in the UK. That's why based basically on aesthetics, people don't want a tall tower where you look out of your house and you see a gigantic Telecom mast, but on the other hand, people complain about having a poor signal. To see just behind those trees the Telecom mast, and of course what happens of course is that these masts are restricted in height, but every year the trees grow taller. We're on the outskirts of Bridlington. There's the Paws and Claws dog grooming, boathouse cafe, real deals, bargains. And you see this radio. I can remember being here at Bridlington as a child on that South Shore holiday camp, and that radio, that sort of radio, my aunts had one with shortwave, and you could listen very, very weakly and distantly. You managed to tune it into Radio Veritas in Italy. Of course, many years later, we could just get on an aircraft and fly to Italy, can't we, or anywhere in Europe. But at that time, in the 1950s, that sort of thing seemed just like a distant dream. In fact, you didn't even think of it, being able to go abroad. Think about 1955 and before that, when I was a child. So here we are, almost back at the point where we started out this morning on the other video, at the harbour there. At this point I'll say goodbye from Bridlington, and I hope you enjoyed the videos I've made this morning.